The BMW R45 is one of those motorcycles that quietly entered the motorcycling world but left behind a legacy that continues to attract enthusiasts even decades later. It is not the biggest motorcycle ever produced, nor the most powerful, but it represents something that few bikes manage to achieve, a true balance between classic beauty and modern performance. The R45 stands as a living example of how thoughtful engineering, timeless design, and rider-friendly performance can come together to create a machine that feels just as relevant today as it did when it was first introduced. To understand the BMW R45, you must first look at the time when it was born. In the late 1970s, BMW was already known for its solid and reliable boxer engines. Larger bikes like the R100 series were popular among touring riders who loved power and long-distance ability. However, there was a growing demand for smaller, more affordable, and manageable motorcycles that could attract younger riders, city commuters, and those who wanted the BMW quality without handling an oversized machine. That is where the R45 found its place. It was designed to be approachable yet classy, powerful enough to satisfy, but not intimidating for new riders. The design philosophy behind the BMW R45 was straightforward but brilliant. Instead of creating a flashy machine that relied only on looks, BMW gave it a purposeful, clean, and elegant appearance. The R45 had a traditional round headlamp, simple instrument gauges, a slim tank, and exposed mechanics that made it easy to maintain and visually appealing. The frame was solid yet not bulky, allowing the bike to feel light and agile. What stands out is that its design carries the same DNA as larger BMW motorcycles, so although it was smaller in engine size, it still looked and felt like a premium machine. This sense of classic beauty is what continues to attract collectors and restorers today. Performance is another aspect that makes the BMW R45 memorable. Its engine was a 473cc air-cooled, horizontally opposed twin, also known as a boxer engine. This design not only gave the bike a unique character but also improved balance and stability on the road. With a modest power output of around 35 horsepower, it was never meant to compete with superbikes of the era, but it was powerful enough for city riding and relaxed cruising on highways. Riders loved the smooth delivery of power, the reliability of the engine, and the fact that it was fuel efficient compared to larger bikes. For many, it was the perfect entry point into the BMW motorcycle family. The riding experience of the BMW R45 is what really sets it apart. From the moment you sit on it, you notice that it is comfortable, approachable, and rider-friendly. The seat height is reasonable, making it accessible for riders of different sizes. The handlebar position is upright and relaxed, meaning you do not feel strained even after longer rides. The controls are smooth, the gearbox shifts with ease, and the overall feel is confidence-inspiring. Unlike some motorcycles that demand constant aggression or high speeds, the R45 encourages a more connected and enjoyable style of riding. It is the type of motorcycle that makes you want to explore the countryside, enjoy the fresh air, and appreciate the journey rather than just the destination. Another important point is the versatility of the R45. Although it was smaller than other BMW models, it could still handle a variety of roles. It was light and nimble enough for city commuting, stable and reliable for weekend touring, and stylish enough to stand out wherever it went. Owners often praise the durability of the bike because BMW built it with the same high standards as their larger models. Even today, many R45 motorcycles are still on the road, proving the strength of its engineering. For restorers and vintage bike enthusiasts, the R45 remains a popular choice because it is relatively easy to maintain. Spare parts are still available, and the bike has a charm that makes the effort worthwhile. The beauty of the BMW R45 also lies in its timelessness. While many motorcycles of the late 1970s and early 1980s now look outdated or forgotten, the R45 still holds its appeal. Its classic design lines make it look elegant, and because it does not try to be overly futuristic, it never goes out of style. Riders who love retro motorcycles often consider the R45 as one of the best representations of that era, a bike that captures the spirit of freedom, simplicity, and quality. At the same time, it is modern enough in engineering that it can still be enjoyed today without feeling completely old-fashioned. This rare balance between past and present is why people say it is where classic beauty meets modern performance. When comparing the R45 to bigger motorcycles, some may argue that it lacks the raw power or top speed. But this is not what the R45 was built for. Instead, it was designed to give riders confidence and joy in everyday riding. It is the type of bike that makes you fall in love with motorcycling because it feels approachable and friendly. For beginners, it was forgiving, and for experienced riders, it was a reminder that motorcycles do not always need to be about speed. They can also be about style, comfort, and connection with the road. This philosophy makes it stand apart from many competitors of its time. The cultural impact of the R45 should also not be overlooked. During its production years, it helped many new riders join the BMW family. It created a reputation for BMW as a brand that not only made big, expensive touring machines but also cared about creating approachable and stylish motorcycles for everyday riders. This expanded BMW's reach in the motorcycling community and strengthened its image as a versatile manufacturer. For many riders, the R45 was their first BMW, and it left such a lasting impression that they stayed loyal to the brand for life. Today, the BMW R45 enjoys a strong position in the classic motorcycle market. Collectors value it for its uniqueness, its history, and its balance of design and performance. Riders who own one often describe it as a bike with personality. It may not roar with the aggression of modern sport bikes, but it speaks through its smooth handling, steady rhythm, and vintage charm. Custom builders also love the R45 because its simple structure makes it a great base for cafe racers, scramblers, and other creative modifications. This flexibility adds to its appeal in modern times. The story of the BMW R45 is more than just a story of a motorcycle. It is a story of how a company understood the needs of its riders and delivered a product that stood the test of time. It reminds us that sometimes the most memorable machines are not the biggest or the most powerful, but the ones that strike the perfect balance between style, usability, and performance. The R45 continues to prove that motorcycling is not only about speed or competition but also about beauty, freedom, and timeless design. Owning or riding a BMW R45 is like owning a piece of motorcycling history that still feels alive and relevant. It brings together the golden age of classic motorcycle design with the practicality and smoothness of modern engineering. This is why the phrase classic beauty meets modern performance describes it so well. It is a motorcycle that carries the spirit of the past while delivering the joy of the present, a true legend that continues to inspire riders all over the world.